Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me. This is Charlotte Bergman with Political Talk with Charlotte. This is a special show because I just couldn't hold off any longer discussing the things that actually is causing me almost sleepless nights. My country, what is happening in my country. And we've got to discuss this. And we've got to discuss it from a perspective that you wouldn't get from the mainstream media. I am Charlotte Bergman, and I am the host for Political Talk with Charlotte. So why don't we just plan to get this show started? And I am back. This is Charlotte Bergman, as I said before. I am the host for Political Talk with Charlotte, and I'm having this special show because I want to tell you who our special guest is going to be on Thursday during our regular show. Our show airs typically on Thursdays, and if something special comes up, I go ahead and talk about it. And what is happening in our country is worth talking about. So mark on your calendar Thursday at noon on all of my social media platforms. We're having none other than Judge Joe Brown, and many of you know who he is. Get back and listen to wisdom. This man can remember almost everything that has happened. And in this day and time, we're probably having the problems we're having because people tend to forget. Okay, you can reach out to me, contact me by sending an email to charlotte@charlottebergman.com. And the rest of the ways that you can reach me are listed below. Guys, some great things are about to happen in our country. And yes, it seems to be nerve-wracking, but don't be discouraged because, see, we're having to go through this. As I share with you guys many of times, I started working out. And before I started working out and lifting weights, I was weak. I couldn't even open a jar of pickles. And my belly was pudging and my knees were not feeling too comfortable. But now that I'm working out and lifting weights and walking, I feel great. I can open a jar of pickles without even think about it. It just pops open because the strength has come back. Guys, I want you to know that I appreciate you. I appreciate your support. Many of you have supported me for quite some time, and I appreciate you so much. And I hope I bring material that you find valuable, that you can be able to share with others. And if you do, ask them to comment on my show or subscribe to my channels on, say, YouTube and Rumble. Help us to grow so that we can bypass that algorithm that many social media platforms have set up for me. Guys, my YouTube videos, my videos are being suppressed. But as long as you are sharing my videos or getting people to subscribe, I can reach other people. I can grow. And I thank you. I love you and I appreciate you. And I appreciate the comments and the interaction that we have together. My book, The Last Trumpet in the Battle for America. If you hadn't looked it up, if you hadn't purchased it, it's time to do that now. So Judge Joe Brown is going to be our guest on Thursday. And I tell you, that is a man of wisdom. So in order to get this show started, I want to start out with showing you what Libs of TikTok is saying. She is always so full of very valuable information. Let's get started with her video. Okay, what you're seeing here, I'm not going to call them protesters. I'm going to call them rioters or I'm going to call them people who are trying to take over our country. They are fighting to take over our country. They are insurrectionists. So what they're doing is they are breaking up bricks, and they're about to attack policemen that Gavin Newsom says are in control. Guys, that's just the beginning of what is happening. And this is our country. This is America. And we Americans are the ones that truly appreciate this country. And we carry our American flag because we love this country. But I saw some of the rioters, some of the insurrectionists, what were they doing? They were carrying the Mexican flag. Yeah, the Mexican flags. That's where their loyalty is. And we all know they have not learned that California is in the United States of America. And it is not just on the West Coast. These people are beginning to come out and they are beginning to protest all over the place. Let me share this screen with you guys. And if anybody wants to chat, certainly feel free to make a comment. And many of you have seen these images before. Okay? This, what you see on the screen, is how a peaceful protest looks. That is, according to the Democrats, that's how a peaceful protest looks. But we know better. And let me show you some more footage I found very, very interesting. Let me pull it up for you. These are people that Democrats are protecting. They're not protecting you and I. They're protecting these people. See how much they love America, how they're burning the flag. I saw so many Mexican flags. I saw an American flag, and it was turned upside down, indicating that America was in distress. I don't agree with that.
My Mexican flag, green, white, and red. That's my flag.
What do you pledge allegiance to?
Fuck this
What do you
flag.
pledge allegiance to?
Hey, show a Mexican flag.
To Mexico.
Huh?
Nobody else, not this country.
Yeah,
Only
show, hey,
Mexico.
show that flag right
Only
there.
Mexico. Viva Mexico, motherfucker.
You can tell these are brilliant people, very smart people. They are in America. They are in America. They don't want to leave America, yet they have Mexican flags. And the president of Mexico came out and said that the remittances are what is draining our country. You see, many of the good people who come to the United States to get a job, to take care of their families, to send their children to be educated. Many of them are working. Many of them are living in, say, a bedroom house, and you have probably 8 people there. That's saving money. They're sending their money back to Mexico, and Mexico is dependent upon the money that is sent back, and that money is called a remittance. So these Mexicans that are here in the United States, are draining America of their financial resources. Let me show you another screen. I just find these people so hilarious and so brilliant. So basically what she is demonstrating is no one loves Mexico like the people whose refuge to refuse to live there. They don't want to live there, yet they want to take over the United States. And I'll tell you why, guys, because they want Mexico to take over the southwest part of the United States. And they're being put up to do this. Let me show you another image. It's very interesting how these people think. I mean, they are not your sharpest tool in the shed. Support the country you live in, or live in the country you support. That's what they need to do. They need to either come here to the United States and support us, or they need to go and live in the country that they support. And my last video, I think this is my last video. ALX on Twitter said he heard on CNN California was a part of Mexico and all the Southwest is Mexico. And that is their mindset. They think that they are right and they are taking back this country for Mexico. And you know what that means, guys? We are at war. We are at war to protect our country.
I'm from LA. I was born in LA. That's where my roots are. That's where I started my career. It is almost 50% Hispanic. Remember that California was part of Mexico. All of the Southwest is Mexico. So the roots are really deep in that region. And what they're saying is no, not in our community. Because when they're coming in, even though there's second, third, fourth, fifth generation Latinos that live there, Mexican Americans that live there, some of them might be their family members. The people that they're going after, it's personal for them because they're going after their cousin and their uncle and their parents. And how does that make us safe? I'm from LA. I was born in LA. That's where my roots are. That's where I started my career.
That you hear on CNN. Now, let me just share this with you. It is frustrating what we're going through. It is frustrating that there are people who choose to come to our country and try to destroy our country for another country. They are partaking of the largesse of the United States. Many of them are getting housing paid for by the United States government. Many of them are rioting, I say, causing an insurrection, I say, because many of them are getting paid. And here's what I want you to know. Ever since 2020, during the summer of love, when these people were rioting, they were pretty much the same people that got started under Barack Obama. When he got people started rioting, when he got people doing destructive things in the United States. It goes back that far. But the FBI has what it needs in order to determine who these individuals are. There was a man that was out throwing rocks at the vehicles of the police and the National Guard and ICE. They got the guy. And I think a large part of it has to do with the geofence software that they have access to. Remember during J6, when there were people walking around the United States Capitol and that many of them went home, and then the next thing you knew, there was an FBI agent knocking on their door, arresting them for even having gone to Washington, D.C. Well, the FBI has what is called geofence, and it conducted a dragnet against the J6 people. I mean, The FBI, that's Kash Patel, that's all of them, they have access to these people's phones, and they can investigate, and they can haul people in based upon their geofencing. I want you to know that since 2020, I have heard from many conservatives that this is what our government wanted. This is what our government wanted to happen. And this is being driven by the fact that there are so many judges. Thank you, Scott. This is being driven by so many judges who have decided to stop the importation of illegals out of our country. Imagine getting all of them to come out, feeling they're safe, and then the next thing you know, there was a knock on their door, and there are 6 to 10 FBI agents with guns arresting them. They can all be deported. They can all be deported because they have been involved in an insurrection. Scott, I think your mind is twisted too, but go back to Washington where you liberals are. And if the Mexicans take over, I hope they take over Washington too, because you guys are such liars, and your mindset is so twisted. Anyway, I'm just going to let you guys know that don't be discouraged. Don't be fearful. We got this. We got this. And it is happening just the way we wanted it. And the reason that it's happening, I think it started with Comey when he was walking along the beach and he saw these shells that said 8647. That was like the signal to get this started. And we have been able to deport many of those people who don't like this country, are destructive. We're going to deport a lot more. And they are exposing themselves. They are coming out of the woodworks. We've got 300 Marines that are coming in. We got 4,000 National Guard members. When President Trump sent the National Guard, there was disruption, there were cars burning, and the lying governor of California was saying, oh, they're just being peaceful. He lied. He lied. Ask those policemen whose vehicles were burned out. Ask those business owners whose businesses were being raided and items stolen from them. Ask them what happened on Thursday and Friday of this last week. Things are becoming a little bit more peaceful because we've got a president who we voted for on November the 5th, who is like a daddy, who is fighting for our country. And we will win. And once we get cleared of this, we can address the problem along with the deep state, because the deep state does not want, and I know this sounds weird, but the deep state, the people who are getting those people to come out and riot, to come out to be insurrectionists, who are paying those people, who are providing them with sticks, who are providing them with the means and ways to be destructive in our country. These people are the foot soldiers of, say, congressmen like Maxine Waters and people of that nature. Bye-bye, Scott. These people that are rioting, we need to get them out of our country. We need to get them out of our country immediately. Scott Baker, you're so dumb. You are so dumb. So anyway, but then you're just a product of your environment, and you do not think for yourself because you don't read. You sit back and let them put thoughts and ideas in your head, and you're wrong. And you're certainly wrong. So anyway, this has to happen in order for us to get our country back. And nobody's upset but the rioters, the people who are pouring money into them to destroy our nation. But whereas they did this in 2020, their efforts to destroy our nation are going to be short-lived, and they're going to be shut down quickly. So I thank you all for listening to me. I'm thankful for our country. And don't get discouraged. Join my show on Thursday at noon to hear Judge Joe Brown. I'll talk to you later. Have a great day.